Hello, dear students. Today we are going to talk about food crops, our lesson in social studies. What do I mean by crop? It's a cultivated or planted plant whose product is harvested or gathered by a human at some point of its growth stage. Growth stage means ripe. What's the meaning of this? Now, what do I mean by the word crop? It's any kind of plant. When you plant it, you take care of it. This plant will give us products later, and these products will be harvested or gathered by people, by human at some point when they ripe. Let's take an example. Here, for example, you planted an orange tree or you planted orange trees. So the product of this tree is oranges, okay? You will harvest them, you will gather them when the oranges ripe, and this is the growth stage, when the products or when the oranges ripe. Maybe orange, it could be the crops, by the way, could be fruits, vegetables, wheat, or any kind of plant that we planted or we cultivated. Okay, so this is the meaning of crop, the cultivated plant that its product is harvested by human when it ripes or when they ripe. Okay, let's take these pictures. For example, here this is wheat. Okay, and here when people are harvesting the wheat, here they are using this machine, and it's a kind of technology. People use it in agriculture, in planting and in harvesting the wheat. And here people are harvesting the wheat in old way using the specific tools, and here when they use technology. But this is how they harvest and gather wheat when it is ready and ripe, okay, to be gathered. Here, for example, we have this machine. The farmers use it to harvest oranges, to gather oranges when they ripe. And here, this is an old way to gather and harvest oranges when they ripe. So here, this machine, it's a kind of technology. People use it in agriculture, and it helps them to make harvesting easier, of course, than the primitive ways or the old ways. And also here, this way in harvesting wheat, it's very easier and faster than the primitive ways. So we can understand from here, as a step to get into the lesson more deeply, that using technology is very important in agriculture or in any work, because it will make it easier and faster. Advance or developing in agricultural technology resulted or led to an increased supply of food, production of fiber, raw materials, and medicinal. What's the meaning of the word advance? It means developing, it means progressing in agricultural technology, which means that when we use advanced and good technology in agriculture, it will lead or it will result to an increased supply of food. It will lead to an increased production of fiber, raw materials, and medicinal. So using technology in agriculture or in planting in our farms, it will make the work easier, faster, and it will increase the production of our farm. Let's say the production of the raw materials, the production of food, the fruits, vegetables, and so on. So using technology, advanced technology, good technology is important in agriculture. It has good results, okay? And also using advanced technology in industry, which means industry, it means manufacturing. Manufacturing, which means that producing other different kinds of products, not related to agriculture, of course, not related to plants. So advance or developing in industrial technology or manufacturing, which means industry, resulted or led to increased production, efficiency, commerce, and profits. So when we use advanced and progressed technology in industry, it will lead to increased production. So we will have a lot of production, fast production, easy in production, and we will have efficiency, which means effectiveness. Efficiency means that we will have good quality in our products also. Also, it will increase commerce. So when we use technology in industry, it will increase commerce, which means trading, buying and selling, because it will make it easier and faster. And also when we use technology in industry, it will increase profits. What do I mean by profits? Earnings, or the money that people gain when they use technology in their work. So mainly here, technology is important either in agriculture or industry, because in both sectors, in both situations, when we use technology, it will make the work easier, faster. It will increase our products, it will increase our profits, it will increase the technology will increase our earnings, and it will give us good results in our work, either in agriculture or industry. But for crops, we have main crops that are planted around the world, and here we have the major or main crops planted around the world, from the top produced to the least produced, which means that the first crop that is highly produced around the world, and it's in the top according to the other crops, is rice. So rice is in the first level. Then in the second one is wheat, then soya beans, number 4 is tomatoes, number 5 sugarcane, number 6 corn or maize, number 7 is potatoes. So this is the order of the crops that are planted around the world, from the top produced to the least produced. Of course, all of them are important, but the top one is rice, and the second one wheat again, the third is soya beans, the fourth is tomatoes, the fifth is sugarcane, the sixth is corn, and the seventh is potatoes, sorry. Okay, now let's see these pictures again. This is rice. This is the rice plant. It's in the first one, planted around the world. The second one, as we said, wheat. The third one is soya beans. The fourth is tomato. The fifth, sugar cane. The sixth is corn, and the seventh is potato. So these are the main crops that are planted around the world in order, from the top to the least produced. Okay, so produced, sorry, the top to the least produced. So these are the main important crops. Again, what do I mean by crop? It's the cultivated plant that has products or at the end that people harvested when they ripe, like for example when you plant fruits, vegetables, wheat, beans, or any kind of plants, and later you will harvest, you will gather its products when you plant it in your farm. For example, using technology in industry or using technology in agriculture is very important, because it has good results for our work. It will increase our production. It will increase for agriculture, it will increase the food, the medicinal, the raw materials, and other stuff in technology. It will increase the production, the efficiency, commerce, and profits in our work. So technology is important. As we said here, will make the work easier, faster in harvesting, for example, like this one, if you use it in agriculture, and it will give us good results. Okay, so this is our lesson, which is about food, crops, and how technology is important in agriculture and industry. Okay, so thank you so much, my students.